Welcome to 1001 Storytelling. We are so honored and excited to have you here. Please consider subscribing, like and share this video if it blesses you.
On this channel, we strive to use stories, real life or fiction, biographies, etc. to pass across relatable and engaging life transforming lessons and wisdom nuggets that will both motivate and inspire you. Scientific research and evidence show that messages delivered in form of stories can be remembered up to 22 times more than just mere facts. With that said, let us get into today's story. I titled today's story as The Frying Pan Mindset, and the story is about two young boys who became friends at age 6. They got so close and so fond of each other that they literally went everywhere together. Their parents had to buy them the same clothes, food, toys. In fact, they practically became inseparable, like the identical twins. As they grew older, they went to the same high school, and instead of them being a little bit separated, they got so close. However, when they got to college, they became separated because of their choices of different line of careers, colleges, and scholarship opportunities. After college or university, they got jobs in different cities, and after working for about 10 years without physically seeing each other, though they kept their close relationships through daily communication, they decided they were going to meet back in their hometown during a particular summer holiday. One day, while they were on the summer holiday, they both decided they were going to go fishing. On getting to one of the lakes or rivers in their town, they decided to fish from the two opposite sides of the river. Alan, one of the boys, noticed that his friend James, whenever he will catch a big fish, he will bring out a little stick, measure the fish with the stick, and if the fish is bigger than the stick, he will throw it back into the river. But if the fish was smaller than the stick, he would throw it into the bucket. After Alan had watched James, his friend, for some time, he decided it was time to confront him. So Alan came to James and said, "I had watched you for some time now, and I noticed every time you caught big fishes, you threw them back into the river, and you kept the small ones in the bucket. I believe there is a philosophy behind this action of yours, so I decided to come and ask you." James replied, "There is no philosophy to my action. I have a frying pan at home, and I had measured the diameter of the frying pan with this stick. Any fish that is longer and bigger than this stick is too big for my frying pan. That is why I threw them back into the river. Any fish that is smaller or shorter than this stick is good enough for my frying pan, and that's why I kept them in the bucket." That revelation was mind-blowing and inconceivable for his friend. He could not imagine how his friend will catch big fishes and threw them back into the river while keeping smaller fishes because of a frying pan that he had at home. Well, guys, did you know that our minds are just like a frying pan? Our mindset, or simply our default thinking patterns, is the single and most important factor that determines whether we eventually succeed or fail in every areas of life. Another definition says, your mindset is a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself. It influences how you think, feel, and behave in any given situation. I want you to understand mindset from two words, mind and set. It means the way the mind is conditioned, set to always think. A good illustration would be the mixture of cement and water. Then it becomes set or conditioned or glued into a particular shape. That is a good illustration of what the mindset is. Thus, our minds and thoughts are the greatest barriers limiting the manifestations of our greatest potentials in achieving massive success in all areas of life. According to Earl Nightingale, the key to every human being's success lies in his mind. He calls it the principle of the gold mind, or minds between your ears. He says, remove the mind or brain from a man, and everything else you will find in a pig or in a horse. According to William James, the greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind or mindset. That means you can practically change your life from wherever you are, however deep you are in failure, by changing the attitudes of your mind or your mindset. Therefore, the one secret of success and failure in life is this: we become what we continuously think about. And where our mind capacity stops, that is where growth, provision, and success stops. Until you change your mindset, you can never alter the situation around your life. Until you change from the inside, your outside circumstances will remain the same. From the story, we can see that James' mindset is a very, very small mindset. It is a limiting mindset, a mindset of failure, a mindset of lack, a mindset of poverty. And that is the mindset of millions of people all over the world. Many people have not discovered that the only thing that can change their situation is that they will change their mindsets. Remember, Dr. William James once again said, "The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind, or by altering their mindsets." The good news is that there are only 3 things that can change one's mindset. Number 1, reading or learning. Number 2, discipline. And number 3, divine help or grace. While this video, it's not about proving God's existence or inexistence, I want you to know there is no other way to change your mindset than to start today to read a lot. I mean reading books and following the knowledge and the wisdom you glean from those books with determined discipline. Talking about changing our mindsets through learning, reading, or books. Did you know that an average millionaire reads 52 books a year? Many of us stop reading as soon as we left school, maybe high schools, colleges, or universities. Learning should be a lifetime thing. You should never stop learning. For example, financial intelligence is not taught in high school or in any college. You will need to be self-taught, and that means you will need to get books on financial intelligence, books that will help you to make good financial decisions, books that will help you to expand your businesses or your line of job. Nobody is going to teach you that. Nobody is going to help you with that. Some of the books that changed my life forever are The Richest Man in Babylon, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and a book that I will never forget because it changed my life entirely, changed my mindset. The title of the book is Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. And did you know that Warren Buffett reads about 500 pages of book every day, while Bill Gates reads 50 books a year? Mark Zuckerberg said he reads at least 1 book every 2 weeks. Elon Musk grew up reading 2 books a day, according to his brother. Therefore, I want to encourage you to read, and read always. Make sure you have a book to read. Make sure you always have a book to read. A wise man once said, "Those who do not read are not better than those who cannot read." In reading books, you rub minds with some of the greatest minds, most successful, richest, wisest, and most influential people in the world. Books will stretch your mind with new ideas, insight, knowledge, and information. The word information is from 2 words, in and formation, and that's what you get in reading or learning. You are formed on the inside. The information that comes to you through reading, learning, or books form you from inside. And that's why it's called information. Someone says, when a new idea stretches the mind, it never goes back to its original state. Books will expand your mind. They will transform your mindset. It will give you information, insight, knowledge that will sporadically change your life forever. Remember, one of the three things that will change your mindset and transform your life is learning or reading books. James' mindset was a frying pan mindset because it's obvious when he left the college or the university, he never learned anything that will expand his mindset, that will stretch his mind to be able to receive new ideas, new insight. If you don't intentionally read, learn, so that your mindset can be changed, you end up being like James with a frying pan mindset. When opportunities show up, if they are too big for your sense of identity, you will repel those ideas and opportunities. And that was what James was doing. When big fishes show up, when he caught big fishes, he threw them back into the river. When he caught small fishes, he put them in the bucket. The first takeaway from our story is develop your mindset by reading and learning, by reading books, and I mean a lot of books. The second point is never compare yourself or your life with someone else. Ellen and James, even though they were friends from childhood, they grew up, obviously their mindsets are not the same. They have been separated by the information that each of them had exposed himself to. Every human being needs to know that the journey of life is different from individuals. According to Elle Nightingale, one of the greatest problems of our generation is lack of courage. In this case, the opposite of courage is not cowardice, it is conformity. Everybody wants to look the same way, think the same way, do things the same way everybody is doing it. That is conformity. That is comparing your life with someone else. Dr. Tony Evans said, success is not what you have achieved compared to what others have achieved. It is what you have achieved out of what you have been called to achieve in life. I once had a wise man who said, life is like an exam. Many people fail in life because they copy other people, not realizing that everyone has a different question paper. Imagine you are copying someone in an exam, not realizing the person had a different question paper. That would be disastrous. Number 3, learn to make big plans. James never wanted big fishes. He threw them back into the river. But in life, we actually need to learn to make big plans. One former French minister said, make big plans, never make small plans, because big plans attract big people and small plans attract small people, and small people cause big problems. Number 4, break your big plans into small, achievable goals. Imagine the difference it will have made if James had kept those big fishes. All he needed to do was to cut them into smaller pieces before putting them in his frying pans. He could have even taken all the big fishes and sell them for more money. But because he had a frying pan mindset, a limiting mindset, a poverty mindset, a mindset of lack, he couldn't think bigger. Number 5, think big, but start small. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Please consider subscribing, share this video if it has been a blessing to you. Click the notification button, like and comment in the comment section below. If you have a story that can touch people's life and inspire them, feel free to share such stories with me. You can use the email in the comment section below. Once again, thank you for joining us today. I will see you in the next one. Bye.